I want to go off on Harden a little bit in a positive way. I want to defend him. How do you feel about James Harden first? I want to ask that.
So I actually really like him. I think it's gone too far
Yes,
slander. I
absolutely.
would say about 5, 6 years ago, I was not the biggest fan, and I don't even know why. Sometimes just a certain player, a certain team that you just don't rock with the most. And he was heavily like and this shouldn't really factor in, but sometimes subconsciously it even does. Like dating Khloe Kardashian, he's making these like silly rap videos. I'm just like I just can't really get into this guy, but I think it goes too far for people disliking his play style. Now, if you're foul hunting at the end of a game, I'm not going to like that. You should not be doing that. You should not be looking at the ref to bail you out when you need to hit a big shot. But Harden is a lot more checked. Oh, it's also in the past. I didn't like his complete failure to play defense. But at the end of the day, too, it's like for he pushed several people out of Houston that I think has also earned him the ire of several fans. It's like I think a lot of people realize now, probably even Harden himself, you should have kept Chris Paul. You should have made it work, right? You guys were so close. You should have made it work. You shouldn't have overreacted and tried to get Westbrook. Um, I just think that he is a all-time talent, a generational player. We may never see something like him again, and and I very much enjoy watching him play. I think it's been awesome the fact that Harden and Kyrie both have said, all right, Harden's a point guard, Kyrie to himself, to the media, I'm the two guard. That's how we're gonna do things, and Kyrie still gets his shots. He still
Mm.
gets his time with the ball, and so I just think it's awesome to watch, and I think people who are real staunch Harden haters need to actually see what he brings to the game and to the league more, and do some self reflection.
So there's a lot to digest there. I feel as if Harden has become sort of, you know who he reminds me of a lot? Matthew Stafford. And here's why. Because Matthew
Interesting,
Stafford was a guy who was underrated, then became overrated because he got paid.
right?
And then Harden gets his own team, starts winning MVP, should have been the MVP in 2016. I'm going to die on that hill. I don't
Yeah.
care. The history of the league, a 6 seed guy has never won MVP. Triple
Or was it or
double.
was it 2015? Because 16 was the 73 win season.
Okay, so it was
15.
2017 then.
Okay.
It was 2017.
Oh, the Westbrook,
The Westbrook
year.
triple double,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Russ, the next 2 years after that, averaged a triple double and was going lower and lower.
Shows how arbitrary it is. Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. The triple double is the dumbest thing. If you have 38, 9, and 6, I have 15, 13, and 11. Who had a better game?
Yeah.
I did because I had a triple double per NBA Twitter.
Yeah.
But you did if we're watching basketball. But anyway, back to Harden. Dude, the only team that gave the Warriors, that core of Warriors, the 2015 to 2019 Warriors, a fit was Houston.
Straight up.
D'Antoni, Harden, spread the floor, you facilitate, guys get in the corner. They were pushing them to the limits, and they would have beat
Yeah.
him if Chris Paul don't get hurt, man.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Switch everything on
And
defense.
and that was with Durant.
Yeah.
That was with Durant, this unstoppable force. You would have been able to get through.
It took cojones to even make that push to say, like, we're not bowing down, and the Cavs didn't bow down either, of course, but with those Durant years, Houston really was the main team that just said like, nah, we can beat you, right? I'm sure internally Houston was like, no, Harden's better than Steph, right? Harden's better than Durant, and Chris Paul has been here before. And that's what you need to think as an organization. My best player is better than yours. It reaches a certain point where you can't say that, of course. But it really was commendable what that team did, and Harden was the driving factor behind it. I can't even overstate that enough.
Yeah.
Like
They
there was
gave-
nothing without him.
Yeah, they gave Golden State their biggest fits, and I think a lot of that, if not all of that, has to do with James Harden. So I think now with him coming to the Nets, he wins a title. I think you start thinking about him differently.
Yep.
I bet him to
Oh,
be
100%.
NBA Finals MVP from now.
I
13 to
like
1.
that. I like that.
Uh,
And I like the analogy you made about Stafford too. Now let's see if he can win because Harden's done some winning. I know people talk about his failures, but let's see.
well, they're do you like to gamble?
No,
No.
but I am interested in. I even forgot to ask you what the line on the Milwaukee Miami series was.
So that was minus 315 Milwaukee plus 255 Miami.
Okay.
Reason why I know that off the top of my head is because I've wagered on that series.
Right.
But what I did was, going back to that series a little bit, I bet them at minus 110 to win game 1 and the series in Milwaukee. Because the narrative, the mental thing that I was talking about, if you don't win game 1 and you're Milwaukee, you're probably playing into the whole, fuck, they got our number thing.
Yeah.